Hello everybody, and welcome to my stream. Today, we're gonna do a very soft-spoken stream. I'm gonna try to keep it as calm as possible. First of all, to protect my throat, but second of all, because we're talking about some sensitive stuff. We're talking about your love life, which is miserable. It's okay. Me too. But hi everybody. Welcome. It is a bit later today. I've been busy with my dog. She just refused to sleep for a very long time, and I was just sweating away, playing tug of war with her, and she's finally sleeping. Hi everybody. Hôm nay mình sẽ nói nhỏ nhẹ một chút. Tại vì kiểu cũng nói về những chủ đề khá là đáng yêu, khá là nhẹ nhàng, với lại là để đỡ bị ho. Đúng rồi, cảm ơn Minh Thắng Phạm. Nếu như bạn nào chửi bậy hay là nói những câu vô duyên thì sẽ bị ban. Thế thôi. Alright, let's go back to our topic today. Konbanwa. Konbanwa. 今日はね、愛のことについて話します。Alpha Wolf, it's been a long time. Hold the small voice. Yeah, I need to be a little chill today. A little chill. You can tell me a story if it's a love story. Our dog was, yes, she's fast asleep right now. But yeah, today let's talk about love. Everybody, let's talk about relationships. Something that we gamers are so good at. You love my bird? Thank you. I love it too. I don't know what love is even. That's a really good question. A really good philosophical question. Do you believe in discord relationship? You know what? Let's talk about that. Long distance relationship, which is something I have always suffered from. And I say suffer because it really is a thing that you suffer from. It's not easy. It hurts. And from my experience, it's never been successful at all. So online relationship yeah, for sure. Not now. Now I have a dog. That's what I have. But I've had many long distance relationships and none of them have worked. So I would say try if you can. Some people have success with long distance. I don't. Đang nói về chuyện yêu xa đúng không mọi người? Như mình thì mình đã thử yêu xa rất là nhiều, nhưng mà chưa bao giờ thành công. Nó khó. Nó rất là khó để đi đến một cái kết cục nào đấy. Nhưng mà cũng một vài người đã thành công rồi. Long distance once and never again. There's one saying. Haven't chatted with my Discord Australian girlfriend for almost... Did you guys... Wait, did you not break up and just stop talking? What? Your voice is so soft. Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet, to protect my voice, and to just be intimate with you guys. If my voice is a little too quiet, I'll probably turn the music off. Wait, let me try. Okay. Đối với đối phương làm gì kia sao? Yêu đơn phương 7 năm rồi. Oh my god, wait, so you hold a crush for someone for 7 years? Actually, I'm not surprised. One of my best friends was liking this dude for around 7 years as well. And they don't even go to the same school anymore. And she was still like, oh yeah, I still like him. And I was like, when do you even meet this guy? And I'm like, it's so confusing. But granted, I'm a different kind of person. I am very afraid of being hurt. So when there is like a slight chance that it's not gonna happen, I stop having a crush and I just nip it at the bud. But I don't even know if that's a good thing or not. Đúng rồi, cảm ơn bạn Nguyễn Tuấn. Nếu bạn nào mà biết tiếng Anh thì hãy dùng tiếng Anh. Chỉ có bạn nào chỉ biết tiếng Việt thôi thì đành phải dùng tiếng Việt vậy, kiểu như vậy. 2 exes didn't break up due to bad stuff. Easily burnt out. We were too busy. Oh my god, same. I think that goes, that's probably like most of... mình ban cái bạn này đã. Choco sir, tạm biệt bạn nhé. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, most of the time these days, I stop relationships because I'm too busy. And I never understood that when I was younger. And I heard adults saying, oh, we can't work out because we were too busy. And I'm like, what? You can't make time for your loved one. And it's easy to say that when you're a kid and you don't have shit to do. But when you actually become busy, it's a different story. And love dries up when you don't have time for it. She hasn't replied to the last message I've sent. Oh, tôi bị từ chối tình cảm nó lớp 4 á. Lớp 4 thì có gì đâu bạn. Lớp 4 thì vẫn là trẻ con, yên tâm. I'm a quiet kid. I don't have anything. I need to deal with the guy I know her. I know her about 8 years and I need to solve her mental That is not your job to do. If I have an advice for you guys, it is that you are not somebody's savior. You are not somebody's savior, and you will not be saved by somebody. Okay? You have to save yourself. If you have an internal issue, you have to resolve it yourself. Don't expect anyone else to help you. And if you see a broken person, it's not your job to fix them. Trust me. I've had first-hand experience. It hurts you and them for you to play the role of a savior. Don't do that. Itachi meal version. Thank you. Sắp thi lớp 12 rồi, có nên yêu không? Chị không trả lời câu này được. Tại vì chị không học lớp 12. Chị chuyển sang đại học luôn. Nhưng mà yêu như chị nghĩ thì chắc như nào nhỉ? Có hai cách nghĩ. Chị biết rất nhiều người mà hối hận tại vì đúng điểm rơi thì lại đi yêu, và chỉ bị thiếu mấy điểm thôi mà thay đổi cả cuộc đời. Nên em cũng nên nghĩ về việc đấy. Thi đại học thì ngắn thôi, yêu thì yêu lúc nào cũng được. Như chị thì chị sẽ pause cái việc yêu lại và chị sẽ thi đã. Còn nếu em muốn thử thách bản thân và em chắc chắn em sẽ không hối hận thì em yêu cũng được. I'm not sure if I loved her before. Do you have any crush on someone? Now? No. Again, I'm too busy to do anything. Can I get your opinion on more than friends, less than lovers? That is a very difficult thing because it's in this gray area. Sometimes people use that as an excuse to not make it official with you. Sometimes the love is not large enough to actually be like lovers. Sometimes they're not ready because they have something on their mind. Sometimes they need time. But I don't like being in that space, obviously. I don't think anybody does. Although some people I do know actually insist on being in that position, and they love the chase, they love the flirting, they don't want the commitment. I think if you don't want the commitment, don't have the relationship, right? Just fuck around. If you're too horny, find somebody to fuck, consensually of course. But don't go into a relationship when you don't want commitment. What do you think about early love? I think it's good experience. Although it could be a chance, a risk for you to develop some early attachment issues, some early traumas. I know this. I used to be very clingy, and then I got with some people who were just pushing me away because they were busy, or because, you know, they're like, oh, that's so fucking clingy, what's wrong with you? And then now I become super detached, and I shut people out whenever I'm busy. And of course, parents and childhood has something to do with that. But early love experiences also leaves scars in you, especially when you're super young, because then you are very weak, you're very impressionable, and you're very vulnerable. So could be a risk. Dingle's here. What? Dingle's here. When will I find love? When you're watching my stream. How many relationships have you been in? That's a good question. I don't know what counts as a relationship. Is it just like two people like each other and that's a relationship? In which case I have infinite relationships. But long-term things that have lasted for a while, probably three, yeah, maybe three. Should I slowly talk with my crush and be friends with them? Be friends with her first. Sure. I think that's a good idea, because if you're friends with someone, you really get to know them, at least with less filters than if you go in straight with the intention to be lovers. I find that when people are friends and then they develop into lovers, there tends less to be any surprises, because when two people know each other and are attracted immediately, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, sometimes that happens, but we will put on this facade that helps us become more attractive to our crush. Now, that might mean hiding some of our worst parts, you know, acting in a different way than we usually do, and that makes that person fall in love with the facade. And then when you get really close, those things are exposed. You can't act forever. So then they get this unpleasant surprise, and they're like, what? I thought you were someone else, but you're not, right? So with friends, you tend to have less defensiveness, you tend to be more open, you tend to be yourself. So if you show her who you are as a friend, that would lead to a more successful, or at least less surprising, unpleasantly surprising one. And I think it would increase the success rate. Is it hard to feel you love... What? Oh no, it is hard. Never mind. Would you know if you love someone? That is a good question, Chalky Milk. I also love your profile picture and name. That's adorable. Honestly, I wouldn't know. Sometimes I even doubt if I've ever truly loved anybody in my life, because what is love, right? Baby, don't hurt me. No, but really, what is love? Are you supposed to be completely sacrificial? Are you supposed to care for them in a deep way, unconditional way? If that's the case, then I wouldn't be so confident to say that I've truly loved somebody, because I was still very selfish. I was still very immature in most of my relationships. I don't think I've truly loved anybody to the deepest point of love. Although some people have borderline on that for me. But they're still my friends. So I don't know. I don't know yet. Casual relationships make me feel like the value of love got so cheap. Absolutely. Now, I've never had friends with benefits. I've never fucked with people that I don't have a feeling for, and that they don't have a feeling for me. I think anybody who, this is just my opinion, anybody who is into that shit, I'm never gonna get with them. I don't respect that. Like, you can do whatever you want, but personally, I don't do that, and I would feel disrespected if somebody offers me, like, hey, I don't really like you, but should we fuck around? Like, I would feel bad, for that. But yeah, it just devalues love. My parents' marriage just don't. Should I confess to the same person for the 4th time? I think, it depends on the messages, but 4th time seems like a lot. Seems like a lot of times to be denied. So maybe you should take a hint. But also, yeah, it depends on the messages. If you're good at reading her messages and she seems like she's into you, you can try. But be prepared to be rejected the 5th time. Okay, let me read some more. I'm stuck on a fence as I have a crush on someone, but I'm already happy being friends with her. Although I am tempted to want to be more open to her, I'm afraid she will suddenly ghost me. Okay. That's a good question. One of the things that a lot of people around me come to me with and they ask me about is, I want to confess to somebody, but I'm afraid of not being friends with this person anymore. Now, I have a question for you. Are you truly friends now? Right? Because once you've developed feelings for somebody, they're a crush, right? And you don't see them as a friend. You see them as a potential partner. And I would think, personally, if you're friends with somebody, and you're really good friends with somebody, the chances of them leaving you, just because you say, hey, I like you, and then just never be friends anymore, I don't think it's high. If you have a true friend. This has happened to me lots of times. Me and some of my friends, not at the same time obviously, but sometimes I get a friend and we like each other and we confess. And even if the other guy confessed but I don't reciprocate, or I confess, the other guy doesn't reciprocate, but at least you get it out there. You won't be awkward when you are friends with each other, because if they give you a clean cut no, cool. Then you can decide, do you want to be friends with this person anymore? Can you handle it? If you can't, it's fine. You don't lose a friend, you lose a crush. Okay? That's fine. You lose a potential lover. You don't lose a friend anymore. It changes. The dynamic has changed. So you don't have to feel bad about losing a friend, because at that point they're not a friend anymore. But if they're okay with being friends and you're okay with being friends, you have the best type of friend ever. I can assure you. Right? From personal experience, the best friends that I have are the friends that I've actually confessed to or have confessed to me, and we've made it clear that, you know what, maybe things are not going to work out, but we still really, really like each other as friends, so much so that even after the confession and the awkward, like, oh, maybe it's not going to work, we still stick together as friends. That's actually better. That's actually the best type of friendship that I have, personally. Okay, so many chats. Oh my god, so many chats. Can't imagine I'm listening to this right now. You don't have to imagine. You just are. I never feel like I love someone. Lovers and friends differentiate. I think it's pretty clear for me. Like if I'm attracted to you, right? Like really, really attracted, and you're attracted to me, and we both confessed, and let's be lovers, then you become lovers, right? Is that not clear? Sounds like a mature response. I don't know which one you're talking about. How to maintain friendship even you have confessed your crush. See, that depends on two people, right? Like if they're freaked out, if they're creeped out, I know it sounds mean, but if they're creeped out, well, move on, right? Move on. What do you gotta do about it? You have feelings. You just gotta move on, and it's fine. Dude, like there's 9 billion people now, I think, in this world. You're not gonna run out of people to love, okay? So don't be afraid. Don't think, oh my god, I'm losing this person, I'm never gonna find a better one. That's not true. That's very, very not true. So, if you lose one, lose one. Move on. But if both of you guys are like, you make a joke about it, you know, it's like, oh, well, that worked and that didn't work, or that was awkward, la la la. And then you're fine being friends, be friends. How do you stop being sad after breaking up? The way I do it is a complete cleanse. Now, I think of myself as a snake, which sounds mean, but it means you gotta transform. A snake, a phoenix, you know, anything that morphs itself, rebirth, is reborn after crucial, like, periods of times and just after hardship and stuff. You gotta shed your skin, okay? You gotta become new. And I tend to use breakup times as that rebirth sort of time, I guess, for myself. You can renew yourself after a breakup. And first of all, though, you gotta do some first aid stuff to make sure that the wound is not further damaged, okay? First of all, delete everything so that you don't have things to ruminate on. The worst thing about after breaking up is keeping the pictures, keeping the messages, right? Keeping their voice messages, keeping, like, photos, keeping, like, teddy bears and shit. Like, for me, I delete everything. Everything. I don't keep anything. It means nothing to me. It is of no value once it's gone. I delete everything. Okay? And then, next thing, personally, I used to block off the people that I broke up with. Now I don't anymore, because I feel like I move on easier now. But if it's something like super deep, like a really, really deep relationship that you just got out of, and it's for so long and it's got such a huge mark on you. Blocking is pretty nice because you don't have to see their stories anymore. You don't have to see their posts. Basically, you don't get reminders of their existence while you're healing. You don't need that. You can unblock them later, but while you're healing, the fewer times you see them, the better, right? So that it doesn't reactivate the pain again and the memories again. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go through the pain. I personally crank up the pain to the max level. I listen to sad music. I shut the lights in my room. I like stay on my bed. I cry. I think about it. I think deeply about it. I let all the pain get into me, swoop into me. You sort of like bathe yourself in the poison voluntarily. That's so much better than ignoring it, moving on with life, and then one day you get hit by this nostalgia, like this sudden feeling you miss this person, and then you break down because you're not prepared, right? I dive straight into it. I think about all the things that could make me sad about breaking up with this person. I think about it deeply for a short amount of time, but it's very intense, okay? And then, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that you will survive it. Like any emotionally intense things, it is a transformative experience. You renew yourself. You become better, stronger after every pain that you go through, right? If you go through it voluntarily, that is. So, it's gonna hurt. Just get over it. Frank Ocean Boomin' all day, yeah. Just bathe in the pain. But know that you're doing it voluntarily, and then after that, you're going to be fine. Okay? So I get over relationships super quickly because I go through this intense, deep, hurtful, just fucking excruciating, horrible pain, like burning alive, which is exactly what phoenixes do, right? They burn themselves, they return to ashes, and then they are reborn as stronger, more powerful birds. I know, that's pretty anticlimactic. They become birds. But, yeah, no self-harm. I don't do self-harm. Ever. No man, nor woman, nor dog, nor cat, nor anything is worth self-harming yourself for. Never harm yourself. Physically, right? Or mentally. But no self-harm, please. All I do, just shut down the lights, lie in your bed, think about it, cry, listen to sad music, all of that. No self-harm. Okay? I don't understand her advice, but I feel powered up. That's the point, right? It's the energy. Seems like it's better not to have a relationship, yeah. It is a lot of work, and I think relationships are a lot of work. With everything, one of the things that people derive a lot of happiness from is relationship, like the deep, unique kind of happiness that you get from relationships. There's a price to pay for that, and it's commitment, it's time, it's hardship, but once you've paid the price, you could get the rewards. So depends on you if it's worth it or not. But I would say I would probably personally advise against being an incel. And I say that, I know it's like a meme, but if you're immediately like, oh, fuck love, it's stupid, just because somebody denied you, somebody rejected you, and you've decided that, oh, love is fucked up, that's not really love that you experience, right? You just got rejected, that's all. Or even if you got love and then somebody broke up with you and you decided, oh, fuck this, it's done. I think try at least a couple of times, with different people, different situations, circumstances, and then you can decide, okay, this is probably not for me, and that's it. But don't be bitter about it. You know, because I've failed so much in relationships that it seems like I sometimes question if I'm even destined to have a lover at the end of the day. But sometimes it's best to just let it go. And như người Việt nói thì có duyên đúng không? Tùy duyên. Let fate decide sometimes. If you're too tired of looking for lovers, looking for the best relationship, trying too hard for it, and not seeing anything happen, best thing to do is just focus on your thing, let it go. And have you ever tried finding something but you can never find it, but then you forget about it, and then a few days later you're doing some random stuff and it suddenly appears, right? So it's the same thing with that. Sometimes the best way to manifest something, to find something, is to not find it, right? I've been working out and have a better shape but still feel like I'm not good enough for love. And that could be a really deep-rooted problem. It could go like since your childhood. Maybe you've never been in a good shape and you've been rejected for that, or people have told you that you're not good enough because of that. And it's a hard thing to overcome these mental obstacles. I deal with that as well, so I totally relate with you. Sometimes we have unconscious bias towards ourselves. You know, we think we're too ugly for love, we think we're too unlovable, we're just disgusting human beings, unworthy of love. But think about it this way. Every human is disgusting and kind of ugly and kind of stupid and kind of horrible and hard to deal with. And if everybody is like that, then it's sort of like an equal pain, like play field, right? You cried? Wait, no. Well, yeah, you can actually, you can. Here, just rest on my titties and cry. That's fine. Because I'm telling you, even if you're talking to a model, right? They are insecure about their body, or they've had like a traumatic past, or something's happened in their childhood, or like anything, right? People are broken as fuck. Everybody is, in some type of way. So to say that once I'm perfect, I will be worthy of love is a pipe dream. Because then nobody is worthy of love. And as Syndrome from The Incredibles said, if everybody's not worthy of love, then everybody's worthy of love. If we're all ugly, disgusting beings, wouldn't that mean that we are worth each other's disgusting love? Look at the experiment. We all suck, but Loki can make us suck less. Wait, I heard this somewhere. If I hear your voice for a little more, I think I'll probably cry. What? Yêu càng nhiều, đau càng nhiều. I never love someone just hate. Well, then you have a bitterness issue to work out. And you gotta do that first, like, by yourself. You gotta resolve that before love can enter your life. And, sometimes we're the ones stopping love from coming to us. And I know this firsthand, right? Because I'm consciously doing it right now. I'm consciously blocking relationships. I don't... Like, I really just, at least I tell myself that I cannot afford to have a relationship right now. I don't have time, I don't have energy, and frankly, I just don't have the emotion to be in love, and sometimes you feel like that. Don't feel bad if you have, like, episodes or, like, periods of times when you just don't want to be in a relationship. Like, it's fine. Yeah, Eric, it's Bo Burnham. That's why I remember it. Yeah, love that guy. So my parents don't even give me guidance for a bit of love. No, I can't deal with someone or a feeling. I totally agree. I think parents leave a really big imprint on how we love and who we love. And I know sometimes it's hard to accept that and to not be bitter about that. And you're just like, oh my god, like, you know, my parents hate each other, so now I can't get a bitch, like, you know. And you start to blame on your parents. And I have a lot of issues that come from my parents' relationships, but I think of it as a game of cards, right? You don't control what cards you're dealt with, but your job is to play the best that you could given the cards that you were given. And it's not like you go with that hand of cards for the rest of your life. You pick up more cards, you win more cards, you know, it's a different type of game, I would say. And that means that the way you deal those cards matter, sometimes even more than the cards you were dealt with in the beginning. So what? I have super high standards. I don't know if I should feel bad about them. That is a good question. Here's something though. What do you mean high expectations? Because sometimes we can convince ourselves that our standards are too high, even though it's just basic standards, and we've been looking for those people in a wrong crowd. Or sometimes it is really high standards, which we have to sort of, you know, lower it down, be more realistic. But let's go through those standards first and see if it's basic and you've just been taught that, you know, people are horrible and you shouldn't expect anything, or is it actually not real? Any advice to reject a confession without hurting their feelings? Best way to do it is like a samurai. You cut it clean with one slice. That's how you do it. I am very guilty of being too pussy to be very clear with my rejections. And because of that, you know, you think you're letting them down slowly and softly, but sometimes that makes it worse because you're giving them this opportunity to sort of like a wiggle room to further fantasize about you and to think that they have a chance with you. If only they would try more, if only you would stop being busy, if only, you know, like whatever excuse that you use when you're rejecting somebody, they're gonna hold on to. Some people don't. Some people get it and they're just like, okay, fuck it, I don't have time with that. Some people hold on to those things and they suffer more, and then you'll have to reject them again when they come back. So, you know, Korean drama protagonists. Here's what I think though, and it's super funny because I've been watching What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Dạo này mình đang xem Thư ký Kim sao thế, bị sao thế kìa. Bây giờ mình mới xem ấy, rồi mình nhận ra là tất cả các phim Hàn Quốc ấy thì nhân vật chính đều có một vấn đề tâm lý gì đấy, đều có một cái vấn đề gì đấy rất là tệ, đúng không? Rất rất tệ, chứ họ không hề hoàn hảo. Đặc biệt là con trai, thường là sẽ là người con trai sẽ có một vấn đề gì đấy và sau đấy người con gái sẽ cảm hóa người con trai, kiểu như vậy. Xong là họ sẽ vượt qua cái đấy, xong là dần dần họ sẽ tốt lên cùng với nhau, right? So actually, Korean drama protagonists are not perfect. In fact, they have deep problems, like huge. But they go through this acceptance phase where they at first they hate each other, right? They're like, oh my god, this guy's a stuck up, oh my god, this girl doesn't know how to do anything. And then at first they hate it, and then they see something in the other person that they're like, wait, maybe they're not so bad, maybe I've been too harsh on them, la-di-da-da. And then they start to like each other, you know, they start to forgive each other, and they start to see the better side of them, and they work harder to be better for the other person. And then it, you know, it ends at marriage. Always. Exactly, it's the problems that make the show good, but also it reflects something that is deeply in our consciousness about love, I would say, is that we understand that we start somewhere, right? If the show is just two perfect people, oh, he's perfect, oh, she's perfect, they marry, bye, who the fuck would watch that, right? Aliens would watch that. Us earthling people, I just choke on my spit, we wouldn't watch that, right? Because we want fiction, but we want the fiction to be real enough so that we can fantasize about it and be like, oh, that could be me, you know? If it's just like two perfect people with no problems and they just like each other, that is scary, I would say. That is creepy. That is borderline Barbie and Ken coming into real life, and it's boring, you know? So gu người của chị là gì? Đây là một câu hỏi rất là hay. Mình cũng nghĩ là sẽ có ai hỏi câu này, nhưng mà 42 phút rồi bây giờ mới có người hỏi. Gu người của chị là gì? Gu người của mình, mình nhận ra là càng lớn thì gu người của mình càng thay đổi. Lúc thì nói thế này, lúc thì nói kia. Nhưng mà thường những cái mà mình thấy là mình thích từ bé đến bây giờ, và có lẽ là sau này nữa, thì một cái mình rất thích đấy là khiếu hài hước. Nếu như mà anh nào mà kiểu mình chưa cần biết gì về họ đâu nhá, mình chưa biết là họ giỏi hay dốt hay giàu hay nghèo hay những cái gì, nhưng mà mình thấy họ rất là hài, thì mình đã kiểu chưa gì mình đã ấn tượng rồi. Xong rồi cái tiếp theo, nói chung là hài là cái mình thích nhất. You know I was gonna say that. Zayn, bitch, you know me. Zayn is amazing. If y'all girls in the chat want a solid dude, may I introduce my friend Zayn? Come get yourself a good man. Đúng rồi, mình cũng thích con trai cao. Mình thích con trai cao mặc dù mình rất là lùn. Xong kiểu có nhiều người bảo là mày lùn thế thì mày đòi hỏi con trai cao làm gì. Nhưng mà thích thôi, biết làm nào đúng không? Mình thích cái con trai cao, mình cảm giác được bảo vệ, mình cảm giác có nhiều anh ý hơn để mình thích hơn. There's more of him for me to love, right? The taller he is. Mình thích một người nhạy cảm. Mình không thích những thể loại EQ lùn, kiểu không biết đọc cảm xúc của người khác, hoặc là không biết nói chung là emotional intelligence rất là thấp ấy. I'm exactly your type, girl, you should marry. Nhưng mà kiểu những cái người mà ví dụ mình tâm sự chuyện của mình chẳng hạn, sau đấy họ ngay lập tức kiểu thế à, anyway, hôm nay anh lại làm cái này kia, kiểu mình kiểu hả, anh không biết nói chuyện với con người. Kiểu nhiều khi mình thấy có rất nhiều người rất là đơ về mặt cảm xúc ấy, thì mình không thích cái loại người như thế. Nhưng mà mình rất thích những người nào mà nhạy cảm, như nào mà biết ý, kiểu như là và họ phải lịch sự nữa. Lịch sự. Chứ không thích cái kiểu căng rồi chửi bậy nọ kia. Mình rất là dị ứng những người nào mà hay chửi bậy kiểu ghê ấy, tiếng Việt ấy. Xong rồi nói chung là thiếu cảm xúc, thiếu tinh tế. Mình không thích. Ai nữa nhỉ? Như nào nữa nhỉ? Để mình nghĩ đã. I'm talking about my type, by the way. So number 1, I like humor. Number 2, he has to be tall. Number 3, he has to have high EQ. And by that, I mean he's not a fucking stone. Right? Like, he understands human emotion. And you would be surprised by the number of people that I've met that has 0 EQ, 0 socialization skills, the basic conversational skills to be emotionally involved with somebody. The saddest part is that my type is you and you're not me. It's okay, man. It's okay. We don't have to be in love to love each other, you know? How about being close with his friend? Cái đấy nhá, cái đấy là một điểm rất là tốt, nhưng mà có hai thái cực. Khi mà mình thấy một người con trai mà yêu mẹ của anh ấy, đây là một điều rất là tốt, đúng không? Tại vì người con trai phải yêu mẹ của anh ấy thì mới có thể yêu vợ được. Đấy là một điều đúng. Và những người con trai nào mà ngay lập tức kiểu bảo là ôi giời, ông bà nhà anh thế nọ cái kia, xong rồi kiểu nói xấu bố mẹ nhiều, xong nói chung như kiểu ghét bố mẹ ấy, thì mình ngay lập tức là mình đã không thích nữa rồi. Mình đã kiểu thôi dẹp. Như thế không được. Mặc dù bạn có thể nghĩ rằng, nhất là với những bạn nữ nhá, mình khuyên luôn, những bạn nữ mà nghĩ là anh ấy không thích bố mẹ anh ấy nhưng mà anh ấy rất yêu mình, chắc chắn anh ấy yêu mình, thì xin lỗi bạn, chuyện đấy sẽ không xảy ra. Anh ấy phải biết yêu gia đình của anh ấy trước. Tại vì sau này bạn sẽ là gia đình của anh ấy, đúng không? Anh ấy phải biết yêu gia đình. Đấy là với mình nhá. Đấy là với mình. Tại vì mình không thích nhìn thiển cận theo dạng là ôi, yêu nhau thế nào cũng được, yêu ngắn cũng được, yêu mấy tháng xong bỏ cũng được. Mặc dù thực tế có thể là như vậy. Thực tế có thể là chỉ yêu được một vài thời gian ngắn, sau đấy thì chia tay nhau. Nhưng mà cái mục tiêu mà mình hướng đến vẫn là mục tiêu xa. Kiểu mình đã yêu ai thì mình đã có thể mường tượng là ok, có thể trong tương lai mình sẽ sống với người này, kiểu như vậy. Thế thì để bạn đủ được cái điều kiện cho cái việc đấy, thì anh ấy phải là một con người tốt cho gia đình, đúng không? Anh ấy phải là một con người nghĩ cho gia đình, yêu gia đình nọ kia. Nhưng có một thái cực nữa. Một thái cực nữa đấy là mommy's boy. Không biết mọi người có biết kiểu người này không? Nhưng mà kiểu con trai mà dựa dẫm vào mẹ quá nhiều và đưa mẹ lên thành bậc thánh, một cái hình tượng mẫu lý tưởng, và bám với mẹ. Và đây cũng là một lý do tại sao mà mẹ chồng nàng dâu là một cái vấn đề rất là kinh khủng. Đấy là những người con trai mà tôn thờ mẹ của họ quá nhiều. Đấy, và những người mẹ đấy cũng là những người mẹ mà bao bọc con trai của mình quá nhiều, cũng tôn thờ con trai của mình quá nhiều. Hai mẹ con kiểu con hát mẹ khen hay, mẹ hát con khen hay, kiểu như vậy. Và khi mình thấy những người như thế, đúng không, thì mình ngay lập tức là kiểu gãi đầu gãi tai, kiểu yêu mẹ là một chuyện, đúng không ạ? Yêu mẹ là một chuyện, yêu bố mẹ là một chuyện. Yêu bố mẹ rất là tốt, mình rất là thích việc đấy. Mình rất là thích ai yêu gia đình. Nhưng mà theo dạng bám váy mẹ và tôn thờ mẹ theo dạng quá mức thì cái đấy các bạn nữ nên cẩn thận. Yeah, I'm talking about mommy's boys because some boys worship their mommies, like moms, and they take their mom as the ideal woman image, and that's never good because there's no perfect woman, right? There's no ideal, and I'm talking in a very Vietnam specific context because here family is priority and there's a lot of involvement with family and your in-laws. So if your husband only worships, like not even only, like worships his mom like too much, you know, then when decisions have to be made and you have a different opinion from his mom, he's still dependent on his mom, even if he's a grown-ass man, or even if he's financially independent, but he's mentally dependent on his mom, you're gonna suffer. Okay? And especially, the reason I know that's so sure, maybe you're like, what if he's dependent on his mom, but his mom is not a jerk? Now that, I can answer that right now because the mom who isn't a jerk wouldn't raise her kid to worship her, right? She would raise him to be an independent man who is capable of distinguishing the ideal woman from the real woman. And the really good mother would not protect their son to the point that she would hate any woman that approaches him, right? She would not be overly possessive over her son. So it comes in a package. The mommy boys and the Karen moms. You know, the overprotective mom. And they go together. Are you an expert? No, I'm just a girl. And these are some survival tactics of girls. Girls gotta know this. Alright? If I want to not end up in a horrible marriage, I have to have these, like, little tips. Little tips on my sleeves, you know? A mommy's boy, not tall, but chances are high. Pea shooter, I think you're saying that from an anecdotal point of view, and maybe you haven't seen or experienced any of it. I have seen lots of it, okay? And you hear about it more as a girl because your parents or your relatives talk about those things to warn you as a girl, right? Boys don't actually hear about that. Most of the times boys don't even know that happens. Sometimes they don't even know that their mother and their wife has a problem, right? Because it's hidden away, and most of the times the wife is victimized because, hey, I'm a mommy's boy, my mom is always right, my mom is saying that my wife's a bitch, my wife must be a bitch, you know? Do you think it's hard to fall in love with two caring people? I'm kind of caring person. I feel like girls never like that point. So that sounds a little bit like the nice guys problem. What do you mean by too nice or too caring? Because here's what I'm telling you. From a girl's point of view, you showing that you care for a girl doesn't mean that you're feminine, like too feminine, or you're weak, or you're soft, or any of that. But if you are weak or soft, or any of that, in other areas, then it might add to that, right? For example, để mình coi lại ví dụ Korean drama protagonist nhé. Tất cả những anh đấy đều rất là giỏi, đúng không? Rất là giàu, rất là nguy hiểm. Thì tất cả những cái đấy đã cho thêm vào cái cột đàn ông của anh ấy rồi, đúng không? Kiểu như là cái cột đàn ông của anh ấy cao vãi cả đạn luôn. Thế và sau đấy thì anh ấy có một tí của việc yếu ớt, như kiểu khi nói về chuyện này thì anh ấy khóc chẳng hạn, hay là khi mà mình bị đau thì anh ấy rất là quan tâm chẳng hạn. Đấy, thì nó lại át vào cái cục nữ tính của anh ấy. Thế thì khi như mình thấy về mặt đa phần nhá, đa phần chứ không phải là tất cả, đa phần thì con gái rất thích thể loại mà cái cục đàn ông rất là to và có một tí cục nữ tính. Tại vì nó phải balance, chứ nó không phải là cái đàn ông mãi và không có một tí tình cảm nào, không có một tí quan tâm nào, không có một tí ướt át nào, thì cũng rất là khô, rất là khó nhá. Nhưng mà phải có một tí cái việc nữ tính đấy. Nhưng mà có thể cái phần nữ tính của bạn là vừa đủ dùng, đúng không? Có thể Jinsu không phải là quá ướt át, không phải là quá mềm yếu, quá thế nọ thế kia. Có thể cái phần nữ tính của bạn rất chuẩn rồi, nhưng cái phần đàn ông nó hơi thiếu một tí chẳng hạn, thì cái ratio là gì nhỉ? Ratio tiếng Việt là gì nhỉ? Cái ratio giữa cái đàn ông và cái phụ nữ thì cái đàn ông nó lại hơi thiếu, kiểu như vậy. Thì tự dưng tỷ lệ, đúng rồi, tỷ lệ. Thì mình không nói là Jinsu như thế nhá, tại mình không biết về Jinsu, đúng không? Nhưng mình đang nói là giả sử. Thì có một vài trường hợp là như vậy. Và nhất là với con trai còn trẻ thì mình thấy hơi khó để cái cục đàn ông đấy nó đủ to. Nghe câu đấy, đừng clip câu đấy. Ý mình là cái phần mạnh mẽ và đàn ông của anh ý khi anh ấy còn trẻ hơi khó để đủ to. Mọi người hiểu không? Tại vì những cái mà con gái thường nghĩ đến, đúng không? Đây là mình nói về mặt scientific thôi nhá, chứ không phải là sexist hay là gì. I'm not trying to be sexist, I'm just saying like the general things that women find attractive in men is career, right? The career part is really big. Or it could be strength, physical strength, but physical strength is basically his capability of protecting his family in the future, and career is also his capability of providing and protecting for his family in the future, right? So as young dudes, it's really hard to fully develop your career right now. So now what you guys can invest in is your potential, right? So bây giờ các bạn con trai còn trẻ, đúng không? Các bạn xem mình vẫn trẻ thì đừng nói thế. Bạn con trai rất trẻ thì các bạn chưa thể có nghề nghiệp kiểu giám đốc thế nọ thế kia được, đúng không? Các bạn không thể như K-drama các thứ. Chưa được chứ không phải là không được nhá. Sau này mọi người làm giám đốc không sao. Và nên là cái phần đàn ông đấy có thể nó chưa cao đến mức độ kiểu cao nhất mà nó có thể hướng tới. Thế nhưng cái phần phụ nữ có thể bạn đã phát triển rồi, có thể bạn đã ướt át rồi, có thể bạn đã quan tâm đến cô ấy rồi. Thế nhưng mà bạn cần thời gian và bạn cần kiểu lớn lên một chút nữa để bạn đẩy cái phần đàn ông đấy lên, kiểu như vậy. Tất nhiên cũng có một vài phần tính cách là đàn ông, chứ không phải chỉ là cứ có tiền hay là cứ có địa vị thì mới là đàn ông, đúng không? Mình không nói thế. Nhưng mà ý là như vậy. Nên bây giờ cái mà mình nghĩ riêng trong mắt mình thôi thì, và cũng không phải riêng trong mắt mình mà thực ra là khoa học nó đã chứng minh rồi, là khi mà so sánh giữa một người đàn ông giàu nhưng mà ngu nói thẳng là ngu, giàu nhưng ngu, ví dụ như là hưởng tài sản bố mẹ, ví dụ như là trúng xổ số, kiểu như vậy, giàu nhưng ngu, so với một anh nghèo nhưng mà thông minh, thì phụ nữ thực ra lại thấy cái anh nghèo thông minh lại đáng để thích hơn là cái anh giàu mà ngu. Nên là nếu bạn nào mà hay thở ra những câu như kiểu ôi giời, phụ nữ chỉ thích tiền, đàn bà chỉ thích tiền, đàn bà chỉ theo tiền, đấy là sai. Đàn bà không theo tiền, mà đàn bà đi theo khả năng kiếm tiền. Nó khác các bạn ạ, nó khác. cái việc mà bạn đi ra đường và bạn nhặt được một cục vàng và bạn giàu và bạn mua túi Louis Vuitton cho con gái của bạn, à không phải con gái, vợ của bạn, chết rồi, bảo mồm, cho vợ của bạn, thì đấy chỉ là một one-off thing thôi. Nó không thể hiện cái khả năng của bạn, cái năng lực của bạn, và nó không dài lâu, đúng không? Bạn chỉ nhặt được một cục thôi, mai chắc gì bạn đã nhặt được cái cục đấy. Thế thì, nhưng mà một cái anh mà anh ấy đang nghèo, nhưng mà anh ấy thông minh, đúng không? Anh ấy nhanh nhẹn, anh ấy chịu khó làm việc, thì cái người như thế chắc chắn sẽ giàu. Và đã giàu thì sẽ chỉ có giàu tiếp thôi, và sẽ giàu rất rất dài, rất lâu. Nghe mình như khởi nghiệp, nhưng mà sẽ rất là, gọi là bền, và sẽ là năng lực của anh ấy thật, và không ai cướp đi cái điều đấy của anh ấy được. Thì khi mà khoa học chứng minh ấy, kiểu nó có một cái bài thí nghiệm tâm lý, thì đấy, có 4 loại người đàn ông, đúng không ạ? Đã nghèo lại còn ngu, thì tất nhiên loại đấy là thấp nhất. Xin lỗi các bạn, nếu bạn nào vào cái loại đấy, xin lỗi các bạn. Tiếp theo là loại giàu nhưng mà ngu, thì cái loại đấy cũng không tốt, đúng không? Cái loại đấy không được, trừ khi các kiểu con gái nào mà thích đào mỏ thì đào xong rồi sẽ phắn, thì đấy là chuyện khác. Nhưng mà đây là nói về cưới nhau, đúng không? Còn một loại là cái gì nhỉ? Nghèo nhưng mà thông minh, thì loại đấy là có khả năng sẽ giàu, nên là phụ nữ cho cái loại đấy hơn là giàu nhưng mà ngu. Thế còn cái loại cao nhất tất nhiên là vừa giàu lại vừa thông minh, nghĩa là anh ấy đã có khả năng rồi mà anh ấy lại còn đến được đích rồi nữa, thì ngay lập tức là wow, cưới luôn, kiểu như thế. Kiểu không phải là như thế mà kiểu như vậy. How do you know if he's actually smart? I think you can tell. I think you can very easily tell the potential of someone, or the intellectual potentials. Raven is here. Thank you so much, Raven, for $20. We are just talking about the financial stability of men and the ratio that correlates with their attractiveness. So perfect timing. Thank you so much, Raven. No, we were talking about my type, and then it turns into this talk about like financial stuff. For the beautiful and very lovely KROWKO. So plus 2 IQ, thông minh của không tốt. Mọi người phải nghĩ theo dạng khoa học ấy, theo dạng bình thường và có tí điều kiện chăng. Thì personally, I would think as dudes or as women, like, okay, let's talk about just dudes, right? Because we have more dudes here. Just focus on your potential. Do what you love, right? Focus on your career. Now that doesn't mean that you have to abandon love. And if a girl comes to you and be like, oh my god, I love you, and you love her, don't be like those quote unquote Sigma males who just like, oh, no time for bitches, only careers. You won't have any experiences in love if you deny every opportunity that presents itself to you. But you should focus on your career. And not just for relationships, for yourself, right? For your own financial security in the future, but also, stable future for your family. And if you want to increase your attractiveness artificially, that's a good one. That's a good way to do it. Happy to hear your voice. Happy to see you. It's been so long. Are you out of the, what is it called? Isolation episode? What would a man choose between two women? One is poor but smart, one is smart but poor. Here's something cool about men that is scientifically proven, and is that men tends to go for women equal or lower than their social economic positions. What that means is, if a girl is kind of stupid and kind of poor, guys wouldn't mind, right? Because to be fair, okay, this is gonna sound sexist. The major expectation from an evolutionary standpoint is that the girl would be more like the things that are more desirable in a girl as a mother, you know, would be more caring, would be more of her physical traits because it shows her health and her capability as a mother physically. So thế nên nghĩa là mình đang giải thích cái chuyện là tại sao đàn ông lại có thể thích người bằng hoặc thấp hơn về mặt khả năng khi nói về phụ nữ ấy. Kiểu như bạn thấy là phụ nữ thì thích những người đàn ông giàu có và đẹp trai, và đẹp trai cũng không hẳn nhưng mà giàu có và giỏi, đúng không? Nhưng mà tại sao lại có rất nhiều người đàn ông mà lại cưới người mà không thông minh bằng họ, hoặc là không giàu bằng họ, không giỏi bằng họ, kiểu như vậy? Tại sao lại như vậy? Tại vì về mặt khoa học mà nói, về mặt gọi là tiến hóa nhá, thì phụ nữ thường là cái vai trò người mẹ, đúng không? Là kiểu gọi là cái vai trò mà chỉ có phụ nữ mới có được, kiểu như vậy. thì làm thế nào để làm một người mẹ tốt? Thì có một vài cái, ví dụ như là tính cách của họ tốt chẳng hạn, tính cách của họ ổn định, họ là một người có lòng vị tha, họ là một người kiểu như là biết chăm sóc người khác. Và cái lý do tại sao mà phụ nữ đẹp lại là một cái thứ rất quan trọng. Tại vì cái đẹp đấy nó không chỉ là nhìn thì sướng, rồi sờ thì sướng, kiểu như vậy, mà cái vấn đề là nó thể hiện cái sức khỏe của người phụ nữ đấy là một. Thứ hai là cái khả năng họ có thể sinh con và cái gen của họ, đúng không? You know what's happening? I don't know. Bunch of nuts. Hi, I'm just talking about my type and just talking about love and relationships and men and women and shit. Thì chính vì như vậy ấy, nên là phụ nữ đẹp là một cái rất là quan trọng đối với đàn ông. Và tại sao mọi người bảo là ôi giời, các anh đàn ông chỉ toàn nhìn cái đẹp thôi, thật là nông cạn. Cái đấy không nông cạn. Tại vì nó là về mặt khoa học và nó là về cái khả năng mà sau này người phụ nữ đấy có sinh con đẻ cái được không. Mình biết là nghe nó có vẻ rất phân biệt giới tính, mình là một người không thích đẻ con, đúng không? Nhưng mà mình vẫn phải thừa nhận là về mặt khoa học nó là như thế. Ví dụ như bạn nào kiểu ôi kiểu con trai chỉ thích ngực to, con trai chỉ thích mông to, toàn những cái thứ kiểu toàn chỉ là mỡ thì chả có ý nghĩa gì. Nhưng mà không phải vậy các bạn ạ. Cũng không phải là anh ấy chỉ thích bạn gầy tại vì anh ấy không thích bạn ăn uống hay cái gì đấy. Không phải. Mà là cái tỷ lệ giữa bụng của bạn, eo của bạn, với mông của bạn, với ngực của bạn, cái tỷ lệ đấy nó thể hiện cái sức khỏe của bạn và cái khả năng sinh đẻ của bạn. Nó là bản năng. Ví dụ cảm ơn mà chị sư. Working time. Ok, bye bye. See? Anh ấy đang đầu tư vào cái cục đàn ông của anh ấy. Cảm ơn chị sư. Đúng rồi, bản năng của dấu được, mình không thể có gì là sai về cái việc đấy cả. Tại vì ví dụ như bây giờ đang có một cái trào lưu, đấy là tại sao đàn ông suốt ngày thích phụ nữ gầy, đàn ông phải yêu phụ nữ béo, nếu không yêu phụ nữ béo thì là ghét phụ nữ, kiểu như vậy. Mình thấy cái đấy không đúng. Ngay cả với phụ nữ không ghét không thích đàn ông béo, nó đơn giản là về mặt cái gì nhỉ? Sức khỏe, đúng không? Tại vì khi mà bạn quá cân thì nó ảnh hưởng đến sức khỏe của bạn, và nó ảnh hưởng đến cái đường sinh đẻ sau này của bạn. Thế thôi. Nó rất là đơn giản. Nó không phải là một cái mà như kiểu mình không thích mỡ của bạn. Không phải là mình không thích, mình không quan tâm. Cái vấn đề sâu thẳm, mình là con người, đúng không? Mình muốn sinh ra cái thế hệ tiếp theo, đúng không? Mặc dù như mình chẳng hạn, mình là đứa con gái mà bây giờ mình không hề muốn nghĩ đến chuyện đẻ con, mình không thích đẻ con, nhưng trong người mình, trong gen của mình, trong cái cốt con người của mình vẫn có một cái phần nào đấy mà vẫn hướng đến cái việc đấy, đúng không? Các bạn con trai cũng thế. Ngay cả những bạn con trai nào bảo là oh, flat is justice, like I don't care if you have butts, I don't care if whatever. Sure, you can say that, it's fine. But it's fine if you find a girl with bigger tits and bigger ass to be attractive, because it's part of biology, and it's fine, right? It's not surface level shit. Thì đấy thì đấy là để giải thích tại sao như bạn P Shooter hỏi là thế đàn ông có thích phụ nữ nghèo với lại dốt không? Thì đấy, như mình đã trả lời, cái đấy, cái nghèo hay cái dốt nó không phải cái quan trọng nhất của một người phụ nữ trong cách nhìn của khoa học, trong cách nhìn của việc sinh đẻ đi, nói thế cho nó đúng hơn. Còn cái việc tại sao người đàn ông giàu lại quan trọng, nó không phải là người đàn ông giàu quan trọng, mà cái người đàn ông nào cần cù chăm chỉ và có khả năng giúp đỡ đần gia đình sau này. Đấy là cái quan trọng, đúng không ạ? Tại vì lý do tại sao, đây mình sẽ giải thích luôn. Phụ nữ khi mà sinh con, họ rất là yếu. Không phải nói là phụ nữ yếu thì phụ nữ là kém hơn đàn ông, không phải như vậy. Nhưng mà lúc đấy họ rất yếu ớt, họ rất là, như tiếng Anh là vulnerable, mình không biết tiếng Việt là gì, kiểu như là rất là khó để họ tự chống đỡ cho bản thân mình trong cái lúc nhạy cảm như vậy, đúng không? Thế thì khi đấy, trong một cái điều kiện tốt nhất, lý tưởng, thì họ có một người đàn ông mà đi làm kiếm tiền, rồi là che chở cho gia đình, làm những cái thứ mà họ không phải là dễ bị tổn thương theo dạng gọi là tâm lý nhá. Thì tâm lý cũng là một phần, nhưng mà về mặt physical á. Tại vì bây giờ bạn có thể tưởng tượng một người đã đang chữa đẻ rồi, xong lại còn phải đi làm việc, làm ngoài đồng, có làm được không? Không làm được, đúng không? Thế thì ăn bằng cái gì? Ăn bằng gì bây giờ? Thế thì from just a very crude standpoint, when a woman is pregnant, she's at her most vulnerable state. There has to be somebody who takes care of her, right? Who takes care financially, protectively, all of that thing. And the guy plays that role, and that means that whatever traits that makes him more likely to do that would be more attractive. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things, and that's also the reason why, two parents is better than single parenting for the kid, because raising a kid is so hard. It's so stupidly hard that doing it alone is horrible on the parent and on the kid. It's too much, right? So 2 people is much better, and involved dad is really good. Involved mom is really good as well. But yeah, so basically, that's the reason why it's not that women just like money. Like, you can't just say shallow shit like that, right? It's not just about the money, it's about the capability of this dude to become a pillar in the family, so that when the woman is pregnant, now I'm just speaking from an evolutionary standpoint, when the woman is pregnant, he would be able to protect and provide for the family. Even if consciously, like I said, I don't want to have kids, but I still find those traits attractive because it's just biology. All right? It's like, it's fucking millions of years of evolution. You can't just erase it and be like, oh, I love poor dudes now. I love dudes with no potential career whatsoever. I don't care. He can just be a neckbeard. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he doesn't do shit all day. Or like a guy could be like, oh, I don't care. I have no, like her appearance, 100% doesn't matter. I don't find chicks with tits sexually attractive. No, you can't just throw it away. All right. So that's my thing. Thank you. Why is your English so good? Thank you so much. Your thoughts towards girls when they're so silent. Like, I know I need to do something, but I can't just be gentle smoothie to fully grasp what you want. That is a really good question, and one that I personally have to learn myself as a girl. And I know this all sounds very sexist, but I'm just saying, like, because we tend to be the stereotype of, like, what do you want? I don't want anything. And then, like, are you upset? No, I'm not. Like, you don't tell your lover what's wrong. 1 second, my dog is awake. Con chó của mình dậy rồi, mọi người đợi tí nhé. No. Con chó của mình dậy rồi. Ôi không. My dog is awake. Getty the Doberman. Yeah, it is. It is Getty the Doberman. Okay, philosophy class. Not really, but it does kind of tie into love, you know. Oh god. She just won't go back to sleep. When's our next date at the zoo? Oh yeah, definitely. We should do that sometimes. Fuck it, we should do it tomorrow. Are you down or what? Boys grew up stereotypes at early age on. Yeah, I guess, but there are also biological differences that you cannot ignore. 1 second. My dog is awake. Stronger offsprings, yeah. By the way, I was talking about being silent or not telling your lover what you feel, and how that's just very unproductive. I've had to learn, like, I used to do that. Now I don't anymore, because I honestly, I just want to cut the crap. And it's worse for the both of us, for me to expect him to know what I think, and for him to play this guessing game, and none of us is good. And sometimes it's better to just assume that your partner is stupid. And I know it sounds really mean, but we are all stupid when it comes to what other people think. We can't guess what other people think if they don't give us the clues or just say it out, like, straight out. So yeah, just assume that your partner doesn't know shit and say it. Về cái chuyện mà em cứ đòi ra ngoài. Không làm gì có ai đâu. Thôi mọi người đợi mình tí nhá, mình cho em mình đi vệ sinh đã. Oh my god. 1 second. She just peed. Good girl. No, fuck me. Dude, my family has guests, and every time there's somebody over, she has to check it out. She has to be like, oh my god, who's that? Like, bro, it doesn't matter to you. You don't know. You don't have to check them out. You don't. This is not your guest. It's not our guest. You don't have to care. She cares. Like, she will be dead asleep, and then just one click on the door, and she's like, I'm up, what's up, who's that? Like, sure, Like, sure, I need your protection, but you're a kid. I protect you now. No, you're a puppy. Act like a puppy. You're not a guard dog. You're not a guard dog, you little thing. Okay, if we wish, she will call us good. Good boy. Who's a good boy? That's weird. Come on. Come on, Bobsters. Would you like to go sleep? Please go sleep. Oh. Come on. Come on, girl. She just won't go back to sleep. What is my life? Bro. God damn it. She just won't go sleep. Okay. Just let her be. I can't let her be. She's gonna start peeing everywhere. What do you want? Do you want to poop? I doubt she wants to poop. She just wants to go out because my mom's outside. Please let me meet Grandma, please. I must be petted by Grandma. Dude, it's nighttime. You should be sleeping. She's a kid, man. What? She's like 4 months old. 4 months old. She's a goddamn infant. Come on. I know you want to protect, but you cannot. You're tiny. No. The rest of the stream is just me talking to this dog. Give her to No! Granny has stuff to do. A baby. Is she a baby? Stop whining. Everybody's gonna think I hate you. Okay, do you want to go poop? Are you sure you want to go poop? Okay, I'll bring her out and see if she poops. If she doesn't poop, I swear to God. Okay, go out. Okay, she did not poop. This is a scam. I have been scammed. Grandma's not there, dude. What do I gotta say? Just go sleep. Good girl. Boys, she's sleeping. Okay. Okay. So, guys, I have 6 minutes left. I'll just answer some short questions. And yeah, just if you have any short questions, yes, no questions, something like that. Mình còn 6 phút nữa. Thì mình sẽ kết thúc stream. thì có một hôm nay Valentine trắng à? Hôm nay ngày 14 này. Ê không, mình không hề kế hoạch cái này là ngày 14 đâu. We don't really talk to each other, no argument. We don't have the same hobbies, never cheating or complain. Any advice? Thanks. That's a beautiful question. We hardly talk to each other. What does that mean? Is that a long distance relationship? You don't chat enough? I mean, together for a year. Has it always been like that? Have you always never talked to each other? Or... Because here's the thing, not having arguments is not instantly a marker of a successful relationship. Sometimes you need to argue in order to have a healthy relationship. If not arguing is your way of just hiding the problems away, that's not good. But if it's like 1 year, like if you guys have been okay and talking a lot and then slowly faded out, then I think that's just a normal thing. What's your love language? That's a beautiful question. Thank you for asking that. I love that question. I think the last time I checked, my top my top 2 languages of love is quality time and gifts. That's receiving. So I feel the most loved when I can spend quality time with my lover and when I receive gifts. My parents just don't talk to avoid conflict. Exactly. So you gotta sort of distinguish between those two. And you can honestly, like, I think the best thing to do in almost every scenario is make sure that you two are in a calm state of mind before you do this. But once you're calm and completely okay and not fighting, you can go ahead and talk it straight. Say it straight. Say your concerns. Don't blame anybody. Just, you know, set it out there. Like, hey, I have this concern. I'm not sure if this is something good or not. Like, what do you feel about it? Like, please be open. I'm fine with everything. You know, just say your piece, like, honestly. Writing is a good one. Yeah, Insane Teapot, that's a really good advice. Write what you feel down, because when you write, you have to organize your thoughts. You have to be very clear about what you want, what you don't want, and it clears out your own mind and their mind. So, is there a trait in your dad that you'd like to see in a potential husband? Definitely, and that is hardworking. I'm obsessed with people who are hardworking. They turn me on a lot, and that's something that my dad has a lot of. But also, my dad has things that I don't want to see in my husband. For example, smoking. Smoking I don't like. I don't like anybody who smokes, drinks, you know, all that jazz. And he has anger issues. So I don't want that. But that's what I consciously say. I don't know if it's unconsciously, you know, programmed into me to be attracted to those people. But donation link is in description. If you want to donate, link it is in description. Nếu bạn nào muốn donate thì đường link ở trong description có cả đường link player duo. Okay. Okay. We just want to stay with each other for a bit. Wait, what? Did they ask a question? My love is forbidden by our school as well as my family. Does that mean you're too young? Right? I feel like that's just like you're too young, and then people are forbidding you from doing that. It depends on the type. It depends on what you do, right? Because if you're really, really young and you're fucking each other, that's not good. But if you're just, you know, I like you, oh, I like you too, you know, cecil shit, like like innocent shit, then I guess it should be fine. But again, talk it out. You can talk it out with your parents if you really, really, really want them to accept you guys. Be an adult, be mature. Talk to them in a calm tone. Don't accuse them of being stupid, of being boomers. Say it clear. Mom, Dad, I really like her. She likes me. We've known each other for so long. These are the reasons why I like her. These are the reasons why we'll be okay. We promise to never do this. We promise to never do that. La-di-da-da. You know, be clear. Be mature. You're the only VTuber I've ever watched. Great decision. Thank you so much. It is a great decision, huh? You're good at deciding. Yeah, anger issues. Do you have advice for people that have never been in a relationship before? I'd say when the opportunity presents itself, you should try. Because sorry for the cough. Because the chances of you nailing it the first time you do it is very, very slim. So if you have no relationship experience under your belt, it might be a little bit difficult to jump straight into a long-term one and survive it for life. Now, there are people who have done that. Granted, they tend to be really like people with healthy attachment styles, healthy mental patterns, and they just nail it the first time they do it. Like some people, you know, that's the first love of my life and I married her. That's perfect. That's awesome. That does happen. Especially if two people are both healthy and they don't create scars or trauma for each other, and it goes a long way. That happens. But also sometimes it doesn't happen. So I would say experience is great, but also don't be a moth to a flame. Don't jump into toxic relationships just because you need to be in a relationship or you need that, EXP point. Go into a relationship when it's healthy, when it presents itself, when you assess it, you're available for it, both of you, and it's just good, and there's no reason to not be in it, then be in it, but don't force it. Don't force it. Can you make some merch with all your best love advice on it? I have a merch with a really good love advice on it already. And the link is in the donation link. So if you click on the donation link in my description. Actually, no. Just click on description. Okay? And then you'll see the links, right? So you'll see the merch link, buy merch link. Click on the merch. And I have the Love Yourself merch. Mình có làm quần áo á mọi người, quần áo rồi cốc rồi giày rồi chai nước rồi mũ ấy. Thì nếu mọi người muốn mua cái đấy thì mọi người vào phần mô tả của của cái video này. Nó là cái đường link đầu tiên, nó ghi là buy merch. Đường link đầu tiên, mọi người ấn vào đấy. Thì mình có nói về tình yêu nhá. Thì mình có quần áo mà mình cho ra vào đúng ngày Valentine's luôn. Và cái quần áo đấy là có câu hãy yêu bản thân ấy. Thì mọi người có thể cái đấy. Tất nhiên mình cũng có một vài các mẫu khác. Ví dụ như là mẫu hổ mình cho ra vào đầu năm mới. Tại vì năm nay là năm hổ. Xong mình cũng có mẫu mũ và áo cao cấp có logo của mình. Thì đấy. Ok. Mọi người ấn vào thì có tiền ngay nhé. Ấn vào thì có giá tiền ngay. Anyways. Oh shit. Played myself. Sorry. Okay. It has been 10 minutes, not 6. But I will stop it here. Can't believe it's already 10 p.m. Really late. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and watching. Thank you for your stories and your questions. Thank you Raven for $20 and Namao Chinsu for, I think he gave me 10,000 VND. Thank you so much. And what else? Yeah, if you have any further questions or any like advice, like anything you want to ask me, you can go to this link. Actually, no. There's a link on Discord. If you go to it, I will put it on KROWKO links later on, and it will be the anonymous question link where you can send your questions there and I will answer them in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming, and I wish you the best in your love life. Thank you so much Ankoa for 20,000. Good night, see you next stream. Thank you so much. I think it's the first time you donated, so welcome. Yep, I wish you the best in your love life. May you find the one who loves you as much as you love them, and if not, hope you love yourself. That's the only person who will never leave you. And yeah, I love you. Ok, cảm ơn tất cả mọi người đã đến xem nha. Bye bye, chúc mọi người may mắn trong con đường tình cảm. Bye bye, quả chúc mọi người may mắn, chứng tỏ mọi người sẽ may mắn. Yên tâm nhá. 聞いてくれてありがとうございました。はい、よかったらチャンネル登録もグッドボタンもよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。Goodbye! Mwah! Bye! We are preparing for the descent of flight KR13 into hell. Local time is eternal, and the temperature is hot as balls. Please check around your seats for any personal belongings, especially KROWKO merch available in the link in the description. Please also make sure that your subscribe button is pressed and the notification bell is turned on. Use caution when joining the Discord server, as you may be subject to degeneracy, shitposting, and a very wholesome and loving community. If you require deplaning assistance, please report to the comment sections down below. The captain will be very pleased to assist you. On behalf of KROWKO Airlines and the entire KROWKO Army crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip. We are looking forward to seeing you again on board in the future. Thank you!